When traveling to different countries, there are many things that need to be considered. It is always important to do a little research on the country you plan to visit prior to your trip. This will reduce any common mistakes. The geography of Japan is important so that you know where you are located among other countries. Japan is located off the east coast of Asia and has a landmass of 143,818 miles. It consists of 4 islands: Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. Japan has 2 major religions, Shinto and Buddhism, and have been coexisting together for several centuries and have even complemented each other to a certain degree. Some Japanese even consider themselves of both religions. Japanese people today do not pay much attention to religion, and the average person will typically only follow rituals at birth, weddings, and funerals. They may visit a shrine at local festivals which have religious backgrounds. Japan is a high context culture. Their business relationships are long-term with intersecting networks. Japanese have strong boundaries and put relationships before tasks. Business culture in Japan is based on their key value, which is harmony. Family and business settings are all guided by harmony, and the education system emphasizes the interdependence of all people. Japanese children are raised to work together. It is important to the Japanese culture that everyone works together to fulfill their responsibility to the country as a whole, not an individual. Nonverbal communication is important. There are many signs that may be acceptable in the United States that would be considered offensive in Japan. They rely on tone of voice and posture to gain clues about how someone feels. They often trust nonverbal messages more than the spoken word, since words can have several different meanings. Frowning while someone is speaking is interpreted as a sign of disagreement. Japanese people may maintain a neutral expression when speaking to avoid sending out the wrong message. It is considered rude to inhale through the clenched teeth, tilt your head, scratch the back of your head, scratch your eyebrow, or stare into somebody's eyes. It is also disrespectful, especially if the person is older than you. Japanese avoid eye contact to give themselves more privacy. Greetings in Japan are very formal and neutralized. It is very important to show the correct amount of respect and deference to a person based upon their status relative to your own. You need to wait to be introduced. The traditional form of the greeting is the bow. The deeper your bow, the more respect you are showing to the person. A stranger may bow their head slightly since no one expects them to understand the idea of bowing. Giving gifts is highly ritualistic and meaningful. The way the gift is presented is just as important as the gift itself. Good quality chocolates, small cakes are often a good idea. However, white flowers, lilies, camellias, or lotus blossoms are associated with funerals, so they are not a good idea. Potted plants are seen as encouraging sickness, although a bonsai tree is always welcome. Gifts should be given in odd numbers, excluding the number 9, and all gifts should be given wrapped. When the gifts are given, they are put away, then opened at a later time. It is very, very rare that you will be invited to a Japanese house for dining. However, if you are, always remove your shoes before entering. Put the slippers on that are left at the doorway for you. Your shoes should be left pointing away from the doorway that you are about to walk through. Never arrive more than 5 minutes late. Dress as though you are going into the office unless it is specified that you should dress casual. Use the specified slippers for using the toilet, and when you leave, make sure you leave them in the bathroom. Table manners. It is rude to point your chopsticks or stab your food while you are eating. Whenever you stop to eat or drink, your chopsticks should be returned to the chopstick rest, being careful not to cross them when doing so. It is okay to ask something if you are not sure what it is. You should never mix your rice with any other foods. Never finish what is left in your glass unless you want some more to drink. An empty glass is an invitation for someone to serve you more. However, when you are finished with your rice, you must eat every single grain. If you leave a small amount on your bowl, you will be given more. There is not generally any conversation at the table, since the Japanese like to enjoy their food. Have fun on the trip and don't forget to do a little bit of research on your own before we leave.